11, we talked about the New York Central streamlined trains of the 1930s. But back then, the New York Central wasn't the only railroad looking into the future. The Union Pacific hailed their M10,000 as tomorrow's train today. It debuted in 1934 and was America's first streamliner. The M10,000 featured a powerful, fog-piercing headlight, plus a light on the roof that shot straight up. Made of aluminum, the M10,000 was handsome, lightweight, and fast. Top speed was 111 miles per hour. Crowds gathered every time it pulled into town. Just after the Union Pacific introduced their M10,000, the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad introduced its new streamlined speedster, the Burlington Zephyr. The stainless steel Zephyr was the first streamliner to be powered by a diesel engine. In mythology, Zephyrus was the god of the west wind, and the west wind must have been blowing in 1934 when the Burlington Zephyr departed the Union Station in Denver, Colorado, and covered the 1,015 miles to Chicago in 785 minutes. That trip set a new world's record with an average speed of 77.6 miles per hour.
Now arriving from Chicago on track 1, train number 1, the Pioneer Zephyr.
In 1960, after carrying passengers for 26 years and covering 3.2 million miles, the Burlington Zephyr made its final stop at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. If you ever get a chance to visit the museum, I recommend it highly. You can see the Zephyr and lots of other cool stuff. The Union Pacific City of Denver raced every night between Denver and Chicago. It was one of the next generation of streamliners that came after the M10,000 and Burlington Zephyr. The city of Denver's radical new design resembled an automobile's nose with its long hood, raised windshield, and wide grille. The Milwaukee Road hired industrial designer Otto Kuehler to design their Hiawatha, a stylish streamliner named after the hero in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, The Legend of Hiawatha. The fins on the distinctive end car provided shade for the passengers looking out the windows as the Hiawatha raced along the Mississippi River between Chicago and the Twin Cities. This sleek streamliner is called the Aero Train. It was made by General Motors in 1956. The Aero Train featured a suspension system based on compressed air rather than metal springs. My grandpa says the Aero Train looks like a 1956 DeSoto, whatever that is. Streamliners helped the railroads for a while, but after World War II, airplanes and cars emerged as the way most people traveled. Luxurious passenger trains just faded away.
Well, I'm riding on this train, I got tears in my eyes, trying to read a letter from my home. If this train runs me right, I'll be home tomorrow night, 'cause I'm 900 miles from my home. And I hate to hear that lonesome whistle blow. Well, this train I ride
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button. You'll know every time we upload a new segment.